Baruch Hu Oyez special story. I'm telling it to Neshama and to Dari, to all the children. You all have heard of the Holocaust. You heard what happened to 6 million? But it's just not the number, the 6 million. We lost so many holy people. Gewalt, 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 Gewalt. Until the Messiah's coming, our heart will be so broken. One of the greatest, one of the very, very greatest who perished in the Warsaw Ghetto was Rabbi Kloinimus Kalman of Piasetzner, great-grandson of the holy Maggid, of the holy preacher of Koznitz. Piasetzner is right outside Warsaw. He became a Rebbe when he was 18 years old. And you know, Neshama and Dari, to become a Rebbe in Poland before the Second World War, when you're 18, you have to be something special. But his specialty was, he said, children, when they're 5 years old, they already need a Rebbe. They need somebody to connect their souls to the highest place in heaven. He had a kingdom of children. And you know, my beautiful brothers and sisters and my beautiful children, imagine an old Yidele comes to the Piasetzner and a little boy or a little girl of 5. To the man of 80, he talked for 2 minutes. With a child of 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 or 12, he'll talk all night. He had a yeshiva with thousands of kids. It was their father, their mother, their best friend. He was in the Warsaw Ghetto. While he was in the ghetto, he wrote a book. It's called Achshoros Avrechem. Young people, prepare yourself. And the book Eish Kodesh, Holy Fire. The Holy Fire are the Torahs, the teachings. He said on Shabbos in the ghetto. Achshoros Avrechem is like after the Messiah had come. Like he is talking to you, to me, to our children. Let's become prophets again. He buried the manuscript under a broken house in Warsaw. After the war, a little Polish boy walked up to an American soldier and he says, I have some papers here. Would you like to buy it for $1? He gave him $1. He realized it's Hebrew. He took it to the chaplain, who at that time was Rabbi Hollander. He printed the book, and there it says, in Hebrew, in English, and in German, when you find this book, be no more Jews in Poland, maybe no more Jews in Europe, maybe no more Jews in the world. But in Yerushalayim, there'll always be Jews, because Yerushalayim cannot live without Jews. Please find the first Jew. Beg him in my name to print this manuscript. And I swear to you, whoever learned my book, whoever will print this manuscript, I will pray for them. I will lie before God's holy throne and pray for them. When the book came out, I couldn't believe it. It pierced my heart. I'm sure it pierced your hearts too. And I was asking everyone, where are those kids? Is anybody alive? I'd love to speak to them. And I was told there's nobody left. Now open your hearts, my friends. One day, a few years ago, I walked down the Yarkon, the street by the beach in Tel Aviv. And here I saw a hunchback, so broken, so broken. His face was beautiful and most handsome, but his whole body was completely misfigured. Sweeping the floor, sweeping the streets. I had a feeling this person is special, and I said, Shalom Lecha, peace unto you. He answered back in very heavy Polish, Yiddish, Hebrew. He says, Alachem Shulam. Alachem Shulam? I said, are you from Poland? He says, yes, I'm from Piasetzne. I couldn't believe it, Piasetzne. I said to him, have you ever seen the holy Rav Kloinimus Kalman? He says, what do you mean if I saw him? I learned in his yeshiva, in his school, from the age of 5 till I was 11. When I was 11, I came to Auschwitz. I was so strong, they thought I was 17. I was whipped and kicked and hit. I never healed. That's the way I look now. He says, I have nobody in the world. I'm all alone. Kept on sweeping the floor. I said, my sweetest friends, do you know, my whole life I'm waiting to see you. A person who saw Rav Kloinimus Kalman, a person who was one of his children, please give me over one of his teachings. He looked at me and he says, do you think I can be in Auschwitz for 5 years and still remember teachings? I said, yes, I'm sure. The Heilige Rav Kloinimus Kalman's teachings, how could you forget them? But he was a real Chassidish Yid. He says, okay, wait. He went to wash his hands. Fixed his tie. Put on his jacket. And he says to me one more time, do you really want to hear it? He said to him, I swear to you, I'll give over your teaching all over the world. Never seen such big tears in my life. He said, I want you to know, until the Messiah comes, until Mashiach is coming, there'll never be such a Shabbos again. Can you imagine the Heilige Rabbi, the Holy Master, dancing by B'Sholom? By B'Sholom is hundreds and maybe thousands of children. Can you imagine the Heilige Rabbi singing Friday night? Sholem Aleichem Malachei Sholem, greeted are you holy angels, the thunders of angels. I want you to know the Rabbi said Torah between the fish and the soup and the chicken, and then the chicken and the dessert. The Torah is the teachings on the portion of the week, I don't remember. But here he says, open your heart. He pierced my soul, like he gave me over the deepest depths of his heart. He says, I want you to know, after every teaching, this is what the Rebbe said. Kinderlach, Tahare Kinderlach. Children, those precious children, gedenkt je, remember, Die größte Sache in der Welt ist, Teenamits in a Taibe. Children, remember the greatest thing in the world is to do somebody else a favor and join me. Children, remember the greatest thing in the world is to do somebody else a favor. Came to Auschwitz. I knew my parents are dead. My whole family doesn't exist anymore. I wanted to commit suicide. In the last moment, I could hear my Rabbi's voice saying, Kinderla, gedenkje. The greatest thing in the world is to do somebody else a favor. He says, do you know how many favors you can do in Auschwitz at night? People are lying on the floor crying, and nobody even has strength to listen to their stories anymore. I would walk from one person to the other and would say, why are you crying? And they would tell me about their children, about their wife, whom they'll never see in this life again till Mashiach is coming. I would hold their hands and cry with them. Walked to another person. Gave me strength for a few weeks. When I was at the end, I hear my Rabbi's voice. I want you to know I'm here in Tel Aviv. I have nobody in the world. You know, there are moments when I take off my shoes and I'm going down to the beach. I'm already up to my nose in the ocean. But I can't help it. I hear my Rabbi's voice again saying, the greatest thing in the world is, remember, precious children, the greatest thing in the world is to do somebody else a favor. He looked at me for a long time and he says, do you know how many favors you can do on the streets of the world? Kept on sweeping the streets. This was before Rosh Hashanah. I had to go back to New York. The first night of Hanukkah I came back. The next morning early, I'm back on the Yakon looking for my holy hunchback. Couldn't find him. I asked some people, have you ever seen the holy hunchback, the street cleaner? I said, don't you know, don't you know? On the second day of Sukkot, he left the world. Listen to me, children. When Mashiach is coming, let it be today, let it be tonight, let it be soon. When God will redeem the world, and all the holy people will come out of their graves. And the holy hunchback, the holy street cleaner, he will come back again. And he will clean the streets of the world. And you know how he will clean the streets? By teaching the world the greatest thing in the world is to do somebody else a favor. But now listen to me, my beautiful children. After that, I was privileged to meet another person who saw Rabbi Kloinimus Kalman. He was not really one of his students, but he saw him in the Warsaw ghetto. This was the last year of the ghetto. And the Germans made it clear, anybody who will dance in Torah will be shot immediately. But again, who has strength to dance? Suddenly word got around. Rav Kloinimus Kalman, the holy Rabbi of Piers Hessene, invites everyone. He found a bombed out house, and there's a cellar. 5,000 people can be there. He wants to dance some Torah. And maybe you know, my beautiful friends, by some rabbis all the Chassidim dance. In Koschnitz and Piers Hessene, only the rabbis dancing. But where he takes you and he dances. And the Rabbi of Piers Hessene still had the Torah of the Koschnitzer Maggid. He invites everyone to come to dance. The The year that he told me the story, I'm coming to the cellar, and there's nothing else was going on in the Warsaw Ghetto. Maybe 20,000 people were standing there. It was impossible to breathe. It was hell. Everybody was telling the other how many people died, how many people were dying, how many people were sick, how many were sent to Auschwitz. I thought to myself, what did I need this for? It was hell. And everybody said one thing, I don't believe in God anymore. There is no God. What am I doing as the most Torah? I don't believe in the Torah. And every second I think I'm leaving. Suddenly word got around, the Rebbe's not coming, because his holy son, his only son, Rabbi Melech, was shot on the second day of Sukkot. But then people said, no, the Rebbe's coming. A few minutes later, words get around, the Rebbe's not coming. His holy Rebbe's and his daughter-in-law were shot 2 days ago, Shon Rabbi. The Rebbe's not coming. No, the Rebbe's coming. Suddenly, close your eyes, friends. Come with me to the Warsaw Ghetto Simbus Torah night. There won't be another Simbus Torah like this, the Mashiach is coming. Suddenly, the door opened, and the heilige Piasetzner walked in. And he began singing, join me, Baruch Hu Hayes Hashem HaMevairach. Blessed is God, is to be blessed. And the Yiddish tells me, I want you to know, I swear to you. Suddenly we were not in hell anymore. Suddenly there was not one person to whom it wasn't clear there is one God. There was not one person who didn't know that we are Jews, we are the chosen people, we are God's people. The Torah is so holy, what a privilege to be a Jew. Despite everything. And he says to me, till Mashiach is coming, there'll never be such a, listen to me, 20,000 people answered back, I Baruch Hashem, Hunchback, the Holy Piasetzner. I want to bless you and me, and especially my children. Always remember those two holy people. And maybe God will bless me and give me the privilege to study here together with my beautiful children. I'm begging you, parents, tell your children, children, remember, most precious children, remember, the greatest thing in the world is to do somebody else a favor. Sing with me one more time, forever. Baruch Hu. Want to bless God? Do somebody a favor. Baruch Hu. Es Hashem HaMevairach. Ay Baruch Hashem HaMevairach.